everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are continuing with week 5 of the Sirdar Crochet Along. Before this week's pattern released, I was working on getting a head start for the train wheels and getting them put on. So that's what we're looking at like right now. This week is actually doing the top and bottom side panels along with the rest of the appliques that are going to go on the blanket itself. So the ones that are in the granny squares on the corners and the rest of the train carts. So I finished this last night. I forgot to bring the emerald and the zest into my room so I could continue on. So instead of continuing on with this panel, I had brought the chocolate in here, so I made the little clapper for the bell, and I also made the little bows that are supposed to go on top of the bells. But I now have the emerald in here, and we're actually about to walk our dogs, and then we're gonna watch a movie, so I will have tons of time to work on this panel. And once I finish this side, looking at the pattern, all I'll need to do is make some of the appliques around, make the drum, like the drumsticks and stuff, so that should be pretty easy. Good evening and happy Friday. It's finally the weekend. I have some big plans for tomorrow, so I'm trying to get this week of the Sirdar Crochet Along finished tonight. I am pretty far along. I've already made the bells and the bows for the bells, and the other applique for the blanket is just the drumsticks, which I haven't done yet, but that should be pretty easy. I am currently working, so I have this first side done, and it's the like little candy cane panel with the foil, I think they call it the foliage panel. So I have one side done, and I have started on the second side, so this is how far I am. I just did the first row of the loop stitches, and in my opinion, I think the loop stitches just take the most amount of time. So if I can get that done in a couple hours, then doing this little candy cane part is going to go by really quickly. So fingers crossed I can finish it tonight. Okay, I finished the second row of the little loops for the foliage. Now I'm starting the next berry row, and the puff stitches are going to be in the cornfield color. So doing the loop stitches took me about 40 minutes. I'm watching a movie, and I've got 44 minutes left, so it took me about half the movie so far to do the loop, so I should be able to do the puff stitch row in the rest of the time and make a good start on the next loop row. Hello. So I just got back from a fiber festival that was close to where I currently live. It was about an hour, 15 minutes away, so pretty close. I went with my friend and we checked all the stalls out. There was like 40 vendors there, so it was really nice. I went in wanting to get some yarn to knit up a sweater. I've been getting into knitting lately. I've never done it before, so I just recently learned how to actually knit a beanie, and I've been having a lot of fun doing that. So I wanted to actually knit myself a sweater. I kind of picked out a sweater pattern, so I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to go for, but all the yarn was hand dyed, and I just with how much yarn I was going to need, I didn't want to, especially since I've never knit a sweater before. I didn't really want to spend all that money for a sweater in case I messed up on it. So I ended up not getting any yarn for a sweater. I did get a skein of yarn that I've already bought in the past. It was the same kind of colorway, so I did get that, and I did get some stitch markers. Okay, so these are the stitch markers. They are Pokemon. We have Goldeen, Bulbasaur. This is just a little Pokeball. And then Squirtle, Piplup, I think is his name, and then Eevee. So these were just so cute. I had to get them. My friend and I, we did a lap, and this was like at the end of the first row that we did. So my strategy was to just go in there, do a lap, and kind of take note of what I really wanted, and then the second lap was when I was actually going to buy stuff. So did that, and I ended up getting those. Here is the yarn that I ended up buying. I already, like I said, already got the similar colorway, and I've already caked it up. The other thing I did get is something for my knitting needles. I got these little pumpkin spice knitting stoppers. They were too cute, so I had to get it. So that's all I ended up really getting. But I do have some footage of me walking around and looking at all the different stalls, so I'll show that here. But yeah, back to the main point of this video is the crochet along. So like I mentioned last night, I was going to try to get as much of this done as possible, and so this is where I am at. I'm so close to being done. I was able to finish the loop rows and start on the little candy cane area, and I have this row of red, another row of the white, and then one more red, so 3 more rows counting this one total, and then this week will be done. So okay, I just finished the last row for the little candy cane. It looks so good. So all I need to do for the rest of this week is I need to sew on the bells that I made, and if I can find it on here, this is the drum. So I have to do the yellow details with the brown drum area, and also the drumsticks, and that'll go by really quickly. So I'll do that and I'll check back in. Hello everyone. So we just finished this week. This is week 5. We have done the top and bottom panels, and I just finished sewing on the drum. It looks so good. I thought the bells were gonna be another applique for their train carts, but I was wrong on that. But that is part of this week, is making the bells. There's only 1 week left, so next week we'll actually be attaching the bells, because we have to make the corner granny squares so that this is a little more cohesive. So I'm super excited for that. I love how it's turning out. I can't believe next week is going to be the last week, but I am also excited to see the final product. I love how this blanket has turned out. It looks so good, and just had a blast making it. So I hope you all enjoyed this week's video. If you don't want to miss out on the last week of this crochet along, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me so you can see the finished product of this blanket, and I hope to see y'all in the next one.